gentlemen, my friends, welcome back. My first guest tonight is the Secretary of Transportation. Please welcome Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here. Won't you please? Thank you so much for being back. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Obviously, Secretary of Transportation, but more importantly, you are the father of 2-year-old twins, Gus and Penelope. So obviously, first question, most important question is, what did they dress up as for Halloween?
So Gus went as this, it's kind of like a dinosaur monster combo situation. With, I don't know, we got it at Target. Yeah. It has 3 eyes, but it's basically a dinosaur other than that. And Penelope, we could not get her into a costume that she liked. Finally, we settled on the costume from that movie Encanto. She wanted nothing to do with the dress until the day of, and then she was all about it. Chasten was getting them into the costumes. Gus had a full-on rebellion, angriest he'd been in his 2-year-old life. Couldn't even get him into the costume, but he did develop an interest in the candy when we got out there. Sure,
I do. That's the draw. 2-year-old terrible twos. Are you finding it a struggle?
Yeah. But they're also hilarious. They're just more fun and interesting. It's definitely not getting easier. It's getting harder, but it's getting more fun and rewarding because, you know, they're more and more human. We start, you know, we've had
they get stronger, too.
Yes. I didn't realize how much just physical kind of restraint and redirection was part of parenting at this age.
Sure. So what I like to advise new parents is that keep in mind, they're small but relentless opponents. They only get more energy as they get older. You get less.
And they're getting smarter. They've figured out how to defeat the baby gate. They've figured out how to lock the door to the bathroom, which is a really unfortunate development during bath time when they locked us out. We figured it out, but you know, before I was confident that I was smarter than them. Now, each passing day, I'm not getting any smarter.
You ever bang on the door and go, "Let me in, I'm a Rhodes Scholar"?
They don't seem to care.
Speaking of 2-year-olds, we're coming up on the 2nd anniversary of Biden's historic infrastructure bill. It was a $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. How much of that $1.2 trillion is left to spend, and how much of it is being spent on signs like this, where it says, project funded by President Joe Biden's bipartisan infrastructure bill. I'm a big believer in these kind of signs. If the government's going to spend a lot of money, we get to know where it's being spent. I like this sort of public.
Well, that's just the thing. I think, first of all, the answer to your question is of the transportation piece, which is about half the bill, about $200 billion so far has been identified and matched to projects. There's more to go, so we're right on track. But I think you're right. I mean, sometimes, especially elected officials from my party were just a little too subtle. And we can't be subtle about this. People need to know that if you like that airport being fixed in your community, or that bridge that's getting redone near you, or the transit improvements coming to your neighborhood, that's there because Joe Biden got this bill done. We need to make sure people know it.
And I actually think even beyond, obviously I'm a fan of Joe Biden and the idea of this infrastructure bill, but I think beyond that it's very important for a cynical public, or a portion of the public that is cynical, to understand that the government can do things. There are some projects, some things so big that you want the government to be empowered to do it.
Absolutely, and then you build public trust by getting these big things done. America's always been at its best when we've set out to do big things. And the fact that it was also done on a bipartisan basis, I mean, not everybody, but we got a good number of House Republicans and Republican senators to cross over to work with the president to get this done at a time when people said that was impossible. You know, before we got the bill passed, so many people wrote the political obituary of that bill again and again and again. We actually got it done in a time that's chaotic, sometimes even bleak. When you look at some of the news stories out there, I think it's a really important reminder that, yes, we can get big, good things done.
Now, you're in town. You're in New York City right now to announce 2 projects. What are those?
Yeah, both of these are a long time coming, and we're really excited about them. One is we're starting construction on the Hudson River Tunnel. This is, I think we talked about this when I came on the show a couple years ago.
Yes.
And as I said then, some of the finest construction technology of the Teddy Roosevelt years. really has needed to be redone for literally, it's a 100-year-old
Yeah, it was
thing.
it was the 1900s is when they started that, right?
Hundreds of thousands of people a day count on it, and it needs to be done. So we're advancing that through the funds in the president's infrastructure bill, and then the 2nd Avenue subway, extending that to 125th Street, serving people in Harlem who deserve good transit just like every other New Yorker, finally able to get that done.
Now, bridges and tunnels take a long time to build.
Yeah.
Now, how do you make sure that the money is allocated without corruption and not misused? And how do you make sure that these projects get finished? Because they take a long time. You guys may be out of office. How do you make sure this gets finished, even if you guys aren't there?
Yeah, look, some of these projects can be done in one construction season. Others are like cathedrals. The people who start them aren't always the people who finish them. But what I've noticed is that even the people like the House Republicans who voted no on this bill, tried to stop it, tried to block it, called it socialism, when it comes to any actual specific project, they are first in line to be there to celebrate it. So
they'll cut the ribbon.
Yeah, absolutely. So, our job was to line up the funding, and there's very strict oversight to make sure that it's spent in a transparent and fair and credible way. But I think importantly, even the people who weren't there with us politically understand the importance of the projects, and they're right there to support them when we're getting them done.
We have to take a quick break, but stick around. We're right back with more Secretary Pete Buttigieg, everybody.